Okay, so I was in the Walmart the other day, and I'm just walking down this aisle, and I swear to God, a Walmart employee just walking by, just say, "Hey." I mean, literally just walking by. She didn't, I mean, walking by. Like, "Hey, I was just looking at your webpage." And I'm like, "What do you mean you was looking at my webpage? I don't know what you're talking about." She said, "I know who you are, Mr. Long." I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, I don't know. That's that bullshit sometimes I feel. So, because it's crazy to me. In any event, listen, we're going to break down the whole Kennifer thing. Because people ask me, like, "What about Kennifer? What's going on with Kennifer?" Break down that whole thing with you and Kennifer. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to tell you anything about Kennifer because I don't think you're really asking about Kennifer. What you're really asking about is me. What is going on with you in relation to Kennifer? And man, I've been thinking about this for like the last 2 weeks, and I'm sure I'm going to miss something, so I may have to make a part 2. Notice you don't ever see edits in my little breakdowns or any other commentary that I make. I may make the video 7 times, but you'll never see an edit. Which may necessitate that I make a part 2. So what's going on with me and Kennifer? Or what went on? What went on as in past tense? Well, you can see the video where I first met Kennifer. And man, I'm going to cover a lot here because I'm going to talk about a lot of different things. So when it came down to Kennifer was, for me, she was almost spot on. Now that's a term that the Brits use. Like, spot on would be perfect. It's like exactly what I wanted. Well, Kennifer was close to spot on. Just looking at her physically, her presentation, what she looked like. I compared her to Thandie Newton. Well, she never looked like Thandie Newton, but Thandie Newton is almost spot on herself. I mean, if you're talking about, what you visualize, what you fantasize about, like what the perfect woman kind of looks like, that it'd be Kennifer. Kennifer is almost that woman. So she was close to spot on. And so, I was hyper attracted. That means, I don't know how else to explain it. I was attracted to her, but it wasn't really super sexual. I can tell you that, because there's other women down there, like AKA Pinky. I mean, like every time I saw that chick, boy, I wanted to knock her down. That was like a real sexual attraction. Or, I mean, Pinky's in one of the videos, but I don't know if I even put her name on it. Or if you've seen the video with the chick in the yellow slacks, that was hyper sexual attraction, because those yellow slacks, man, they were looking right. But I was hyper attracted to Kennifer, so there's a couple of things that go on with that. I'm second guessing myself. That means I want to be sure that the decisions that I'm making about her is not stemming from this attraction that I have to her, this physical attraction that I have to her. So, the only way I will talk to you different or interact with you differently when I have that kind of attraction to you. That means I'm not telling a lot of jokes. I'm not laughing. I'm always serious with you, because I really want to know who you are, because I have this incredible level of attraction to you. Now, since I met Kennifer, well, hold on. So there was another woman that I had that kind of attraction to for, I don't know, 15 years, and never mind. There's someone I could never have, and I know why I could never have her, but that attraction was there for 15 years. And as a result of that, when I meet women like that, I usually just turn the other way. And the example of that is, there was this 22-year-old, I was 50, so it wasn't even right on that level. But there was this 22-year-old that worked in a Petro in Gary, Indiana. 22-year-old waitress. And that's when I was going through Chicago every day, every other day. Man, she looked like Rochelle Yates. Now, you don't know who Rochelle Yates is? ROCHELLEAYTES. When I tell you that she looked like Rochelle Yates, I mean, this chick looked like Rochelle Yates. And that same kind of hyper attractiveness, that close to spot on. And my reaction to was, hell, I couldn't go to that Petro anymore. I damn sure couldn't go to that Petro when she was on shift, because, man, I would have cracked on it. I'd have been dead ass serious. And I can't be 50 years old getting hooked into some 22-year-old like that. That don't make any sense. But and so, yeah, you can see the difference between the way I talk to someone like Nakia, who, I wanted to, I was attracted to her. I liked the way she looked. Like Dave Chappelle said, sprinkle some crack on him. Somebody sprinkles a little ratchet on her. I kind of liked that too. But I wasn't serious about Nakia. She just ran with the wrong people. The same thing would go for Moochie. The same thing would go for most of those people down there. That they ran with the wrong people. They lived in the wrong neighborhoods. They knew people that may or may not like me, that I just couldn't, you can't let people have that kind of information about you. So they just ran with the wrong people. And so you could tell by the way that I'm talking to them, and I'm just saying any old wild thing to them, that I'm not really all that interested. Kennifer never really said anything wild to her. I was just dead ass serious. Now, a lot of people say, well, Kennifer wasn't interested. And I'm like, duh. Like, you didn't think I didn't know that? You didn't think I couldn't feel that? I could figure out all this other shit going on in downtown Atlanta, but I couldn't tell that this woman wasn't particularly interested? Well, here's my theory to that. For those of you who are familiar with Love Jones, if not this time, next time, until next time's the right time. And Kennifer did say that I was one of the most persistent men that she had ever came across. That's because, listen, I was just dead ass serious about Kennifer. I wasn't playing with her. And I'll tell you something a little later. But I knew at the point in time where I took Kennifer out to the Cheesecake Factory. And, I spent $130. And $130, stop tripping, you simping. Y'all niggas are bitches. You spend $100 on anything, doing any fucking thing. Why are you worried about taking some woman out and spending $130? But I asked her to get the tip, and she got the tip, and she didn't even have to do that. But she did that. But at the end of that conversation, at the end of that dinner date, that I took her back to her house with her roommate. It didn't make any difference. At the end of that conversation, I was more interested in the woman than I was in what she looked like. Now, I want you to think about the significance of that. She's almost spot on physically what I want in a woman. I'm hyper attracted to her. And now I'm more interested in her than what she looks like. That says a lot. And by the way, there's a video out there where you see me speaking to, I know her name, but I'm not going to tell you her name, rather large-breasted, light-skinned woman. I'm telling her about the dangers of being a kept woman. Well, that's the woman who got Kennifer to go out with me. That's that woman. That woman, that young woman, she was 20 years old at the time, is the one who got Kennifer to go out with me. And she was dating Kennifer's cousin, who is a tattoo artist, which some people say, he was about to get some head, he was about to get some ass. I'm like, from his own cousin? I don't think so. So, Kennifer's cousin was the tattoo artist. The tattoo artist was dating a light-skinned chick with the big breasts, she's the one who got Kennifer to go out with me. Really, all you people in the comment section talking shit and don't know shit, that's your fucking problem. You don't ask any questions to try to get some goddamn clarity, which leads to videos like this. So, and the fact that you think that the only place that I ever engaged Kennifer was in downtown Atlanta, I don't know. You're wrong. Let me see. How many places had she worked at over the time period? Like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one, and that one. Okay, so she worked in 4 different places. Quit one job, got let go from one job. I mean, like, they downshrunk. She went to one place, then she transferred to another, then she got another job, and so yeah. So I've been to I've been to her places of employment. Do you invite a creep to a place where you work? I have been to her house or where she lived on several occasions, and who invites somebody who's creeping them out over to where they live? I know if some chick is creeping me out, she ain't never gonna find out where I live. She ain't never coming over there. Best believe that. Let me see. I've taken her out to maybe at least 3 other restaurants besides the Cheesecake Factory. So, I don't know. There's a picture of her on my Instagram standing in front of my first Mini, because at one time I owned 3 Minis. Now I only own 2. But that picture was at her house. The picture was where she lived, standing in front of my Mini on my Instagram page. So, I don't know. I don't know if I was really creeping her out. What else? So I stopped talking to Kennifer in November 2017. There's also another thing about me. If I'm not doing the right thing, if I wanted that woman to take me serious, and, if you're hitting on $10, $11, $12 an hour, you're 16 years older than her, she ain't really gonna take you serious, player. Not to me. I mean, BET's got this thing called rules to shit, and this rules to shit. And if you want to mess with a younger woman, $10, $12 ain't it. Well, you ain't got no game. You ain't got this. Well, shit. All that may be true. And if all you got is game, all I say is basically you got nothing. Because you got a lot of game, but you ain't got a lot of shit else. Maybe that's why you got a lot of fucking game. Because you ain't got shit. So I ain't really paying you no fucking attention. Because to me, you should go get a job at McDonald's because they looking for new clowns. But how serious was I about Kennifer? Kennifer wanted a food truck. So a food truck cost anywhere between $60,000 and $90,000. I went into a different profession. I shouldn't have quit, but that's another story. But I went to a different profession, and I figured it'd take me 2 to 3 years to get $60,000 to $90,000. I mean, with some sacrifice. I was able to buy her a fully loaded food trailer and probably a 5 to 7 year old F-250 to pull it in a year and a half. A fully loaded food trailer, I'm not even going to tell you how much that cost. And the F-250, because that's what they told me, instead of an F-150, it would be better to get an F-250 to pull it. I got that money. And you guys chase ass. I don't chase ass. I'm not chasing no tail. I wanted that woman. I was real serious about it. I wanted that woman. If I was to have a child, she was going to be the mother of my child, because Kennifer's no baby mama. That's not what she is. She is not a baby mama. And I wanted to put a ring on her finger for sure. And I remember she asked me, where do you expect this to go? And I remember telling her, with any luck, with a ring on your finger. I was just serious. And I don't care. And so when you people criticize me and you ain't got no game and you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that, realize I was talking to all them other chicks because I understood that Kennifer wasn't really that interested. But if not this time, next time, until next time's the right time. And there was some other chick down there that I really, really liked. I couldn't afford her. I couldn't afford her. Man, she was young too, but she was really, really nice. Very happy person. Man, it was just, it couldn't happen. It couldn't happen. I couldn't afford to do it. She needed too much. She needed more from me than what I could give her. So, really, that's the whole thing about Kennifer. Kennifer's not a drug addict. She don't do meth. She don't pop pills. She don't smoke crack. She don't shoot heroin. She don't smoke. She don't snort coke. She don't do, She's not a J. She was the right woman for me. That's what she was. I can't have her. I wasn't in love with her. I went from being infatuated to being unbelievably interested. I just, I actually put a time limit on it. I really did. I put a time limit on it. And I just couldn't get it done. And it's unfortunate. Like this is a woman I'm interested in now. But until I get my thing at a level in which I think it should be, man, I'll barely even interact with her because I'm just not doing what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. Because when I come see you, I won't be playing. When I come see you, I would not be playing with her. If I determine that she's worth my time, energy, and effort. Nah, she's not a Kennifer. But I'm too old to be playing around right now, so I don't know. But that's it. That's the whole thing about Kennifer. That's it. She was almost spot on. She's spot on. I was hyper attracted. I was dead ass serious. I couldn't tone it down. I was worried about making wrong decisions and wrong choices. And I was just super persistent. And that's all you really need to know about, that whole Kennifer thing. Yeah, I wasn't chasing no ass. I wanted that woman. That's it. That was it. And everybody else, except for maybe one other, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you about them, but I tell you some, before I discovered some people really just weren't doing the right thing or just doing some things they shouldn't do. Samara, she wouldn't work. She I don't know, she wouldn't work. Candace. No. Some of the people are doing things I later discovered that they really shouldn't have been doing. I also like Tierica. I was also interested in Tierica quite a bit. I don't think she really understood. I think she think I wanted a housewife. I don't need a housewife. That's not what I was looking for. I don't need anybody to wash the dishes and clean my clothes. I do all that shit myself. I don't need you for that. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got to tell you about Kennifer. It's really not about Kennifer. It was really about me. And it didn't make no difference. If not this time, next time, until the next time is the right time. until you realize that, shit, I'm just the best person for the job. But it didn't happen. So there ain't nothing I can do about it. And that's it.